Hey you guys, it's Paige from the Helen Schuler Nature Center. Welcome back to the Home Eco Challenge. This is part 3 of Get to Know Your Home. It's the Natural Leaders Project Home Eco Challenge. Okay you guys, I'm on the snoop, looking for something in particular. Where is it? Where is it? I discovered it in my garage right now. Here it is. This is what I've been looking for. My camping chair. All right, now it's time to pick a sit spot. All right, here we go. Boom, shakalaka. Flip that bad boy up. All right, this is my chair, and this, well, back it up a little. This right here is gonna be my sit spot. All right, so now I have my sit spot location. If you're wondering what a sit spot is, it is literally a spot where you sit. This is a spot that we're gonna come back to over and over and over again over the next several weeks. So make sure you pick a spot for your sit spot that you want to learn more about, that you'd like to see change over time, and that you think is a little bit interesting. Now, this sit spot, and this is my view, obviously, because I'm sitting and spotting this way. My sit spot doesn't look very interesting right now, maybe, to some, but I'm excited because as winter turns into spring and as spring turns into summer, this spot is going to be booming with life and interesting new things, especially because I have many plans for this space. And whether or not you know it yet, so do you. So essentially, the idea behind a sit spot is to sit in the same spot over and over and over again, over a longer period of time, and to see and identify how that space and how that habitat changes over the course of your time. All right? So the first thing I need you to do is find yourself a sit spot. If you have a lot of people in your family, or if you're doing this with other people, make sure you find a spot that is your own. You can both be looking at the same spot, but make sure you're not sitting too close together, because this is going to be very much a silent, quiet activity for the most part. Okay, so find yourself a sit spot. Okay, so our first sit spot activity is really a sensory kind of assessment. All I want you to do is sit in your sit spot quietly for 5 minutes. Hopefully over time we'll be able to sit for longer periods of time in silence, but for now just try 5 minutes. And the first thing I want you to do is to go through your senses. I want you to identify 3 things you can see, 3 things you can smell, 3 things you can hear, and 3 things you can feel. Once you've gone through those things, take 10 deep breaths. The sun. All right, so now that you've connected to your sit spot, you've kind of done a sensory observation, I want you to take out your notebook and draw exactly what you see in your sit spot. If you want to, you can take a photograph and then kind of work off of that. I do want you to try to keep as many details that you can see in your sit spot in your picture or in your drawing as possible. Include everything from, electrical poles and hoses and footprints, everything that you possibly can. I want you to make sure that you can include that in your sit spot drawing. So nice out. All right, you guys, so the last activity I have for you is a bit of a creative endeavor. And the reason why I have the Canadian coat of arms behind me here is because it has to do with creating an iconic logo or design for your home. So over these last couple of activities, we've gotten to know our homes a little bit better. We've contemplated and thought about, the space that we live in and the people we share this space with, if you do. And so now I want you to come up with some kind of flag or logo or crest or coat of arms, some kind of really cool visual symbol to represent your home. I would strongly encourage you to use whatever creative materials you'd like. You can draw something, you can use a computer to create something, I know that there are a couple of like online tools or like flag generators that you can use if you want. That's totally fine. Or crest or coat of arm generators that you can use online. You can sew something together. You can cross stitch something. You can paint something. You can create a found art sculpture. That's like totally up to you. I just ask that you kind of come up with something that represents your home. Also, if you feel comfortable, and I really hope you do because I really want to see these, feel free to share these with me. You can either take a photo of them and send them to me via email, or you can always tag us on social media at Discover It Here on Twitter, or at Helen Schuler Nature Center on all of our other social medias. Make sure you hashtag it. Let's say hashtag NLP Home. That stands for Natural Leaders Project Home, because this is the Home Eco Challenge. So definitely tag us or send me a picture of your amazing flags or coat of arms or signs or whatever. I really want to see them. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for getting to know your homes with me in the Home Eco Challenge. This week we named our homes and we created a flag or a crest or a coat of arms. And we also got down into the nitty-gritty exploring around our homes to find out some new things that we hadn't yet understood or had known about our homes. So next week we'll have a couple of really cool guest speakers in the form of guest videos, and a whole new slew of activities for you. This week was pretty easy, pretty mellow, not a whole lot coming your way. So hopefully next week you're kind of primed and ready for a little bit more action. So thanks again so much. Again, this is Paige from the Helen Schuler Nature Center, and thanks for joining me on the Home Eco Challenge. Oh, and Chewy says, bye-bye now. Can you hear her little bell?